This is from Ravi. Why do Western leftist schools don't deconstruct China and Chinese civilization like they do with India and Indian civilization?
They do, but the Chinese give it back really hard. You ask, you're in Massachusetts near Harvard, so you ask the Tibetan people, the Tibetan lobby is strong all over the United States. Ask the Tibetan lobby, what happens when a Chinese government or people or Chinese scholars come and do some kind of a seminar or an event on China in Harvard? What happens to you guys? Why don't you guys protest? They tell you that we always try to protest. Sometimes we are successful. Most of the time, the campus security will tell us not to. We are out. We are kept out. And if we make too much noise, we are thrown out, and we are not brought in next time. So there's and the Chinese government puts these conditions that you're not going to have a panel where the Chinese person is going to come and a counter position is going to be from the Tibetan side on the same panel. You're not going to have that. But Indian ambassador and Indian thinkers and Indian scholars are very, very happy to go to these panels, and there's a Kashmiri separatist sitting there, and there's a Khalistani sitting there, and it's considered to be, oh, you know, we are democracy, we do all this kind of stuff. There was one Mr. Rath, he was the Consul General of India in New York about 10, 15 years ago. He was the only person who took this matter seriously. So when he's appointed in New York, somebody told him to see me. So he called me and said, I want to come and spend a day with you. You brief me on all these things going on because I need to be sensitized. Other than that, nobody from the Ministry of External Affairs bothered to listen to any of this stuff I have to say. But he spent a whole day with me. So I told him that this is the whole disease of South Asian studies throughout the United States. It's infested with these kinds of ideologies, and you should be careful. So next time he was in his limo on his way to Harvard, and he was halfway there. And he just called me and said, by the way, you'll be very happy, they're doing this great South Asia, some event and conference, and I'm the main speaker and all that. So I just wanted to run it by you, what do you think? I said, first tell me who else is on the panel. So he said, okay, I'll get back to you. So he called me back with some names. So I said, look, this fellow is known Khalistani, and I told him the whole thing about him. This fellow is a Kashmir separatist. He's the son of this Ethan Allen, or yeah, and his brother died. Another one, he's the Ethan Allen head, and one of his sons died fighting the Kashmir Indian army in Kashmir. Very proudly on the website and all that. I said, it's a ambush. You are walking into an ambush, and you and your driver will be sitting there to make a fool out of you. I mean, either you should have all the answers, which I mean, I don't mind if they want to ask me questions. I'll also give answers, but you should anticipate who these guys are. And he was so scared. And he called Delhi, and he called all these kind of places, and nobody in the Indian government has a think tank to filter, to do due diligence on who is this guy, who is that guy. Even now they don't have it, because sometimes they call me and say, what do you think of so and so? The president is going to give him an award. And I said, look, president wants to give him an award. I can't stop it. But the point is, this is what you have to know about him. Yeah. So this Mr. Rath, I must say to his credit, he almost reached Harvard, and he made a U-turn and went back after what he heard, and he called in sick and said, I can't go. Other than that, one instance, I don't know of any instance where the Indian government has actually acted in a way, the way Chinese government would act. So it's not that they don't knock down China. The point is that Chinese government know how to hit back. So we should not expect that the opposing side will change. It's a free world. Everybody has a right to be combative intellectually against others. That is going to continue and expand further. It's just that we need to have our home team to fight for us.